What's up, squad? It's Brandon from the Bantu Sun, and I wanted to hop on and sound the alarm on, you guessed it, cocoa prices. So, cocoa is a key ingredient into chocolate. So, the global supply of chocolate is going to be highly affected by this breaking news. Cocoa has just passed the $10,000 per metric ton price point. This is nearly 5 times what it was a few years ago. This is drastically going to affect the global supply market. And I wanted to talk about the geopolitical ramifications that come along with this. Now, as much as three-quarters of the global chocolate supply comes from two countries in West Africa, and they happen to be neighbors, of course. One country being Cote d'Ivoire or Ivory Coast, and the other country being Ghana. Now, Cote d'Ivoire is pretty much the lion's share producer of this product between those two, but these two countries are heavily entwined in the production of cocoa and providing and shipping it out to global markets. Now, this is really interesting for numerous reasons. What's considered to be the primary contributor of these skyrocketing prices is a combination of inflation, uh, bad weather, and the inability of producers to acquire seeds due to the high prices and the bad seasonality that's occurring right now. This is going to put a strong tightening on the market as far as the supply chain goes, which is going to have some trickle down effect. A lot of analysts are talking about shrinkflation, where the chocolate that you receive is going to be in smaller packages or it's going to be more watered down and lower content of cocoa. Of course, dark chocolate. If you're a dark chocolate fan, I'm sorry to tell you, you possibly going to have a lower quality of dark chocolate because that has the highest content of cocoa. This is also going to put pressure on these mass producing, exporting countries. Now, Cote d'Ivoire and Ghana have been two bright spots in a relatively downtrodden Africa. I always talk about Cote d'Ivoire being one of the great tiger stories of Africa. It's rarely covered, I think, because they're francophone. Sometimes they may get lost in the mix. But these two countries have enjoyed phenomenal growth rates, especially for the region that they're in. If you look at the region that they're in, West Africa is completely under siege, especially from an economic point of view. Nigeria can't get its act together. You have that Sahelian belt, your Niger, Burkina Faso, Mali, these countries that are constantly trying to deal with Islamists, fundamental Islamicism or Islamic extremism that they're trying to fight off, as well as in Nigeria. But those three countries, Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, even having coups and anti-imperialist protests and demonstration. So this is a real tough neighborhood, and Cote d'Ivoire and Ghana is nestled right up under these countries. In fact, a major import destination for these countries is going to be Cote d'Ivoire because Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso are landlocked. So put all these things together, it's going to be really a tough time because these are some of the positive growth stories in the region. And now they might have to suffer from some economic drag as their exports will continuously be hurt by high prices and lack of productivity. Now, people are going to try to lessen the blow by trying to grow cocoa in neighboring regions or countries such as Nigeria or Cameroon, or another offsetting region would be South America, primarily the Pacific coast of South America, countries such as Ecuador and Peru. But the scale is not there. As I said, up to three-quarters of the global cocoa production comes from Cote d'Ivoire and Ghana. So the scale in those neighboring countries aren't there. The industry and development aren't to that levels. So this is going to hurt the layman when you're dealing with the retail prices of the chocolate. That's basically this price hike is coming to you, and it's also going to affect the geopolitical sphere as markets try to adjust to this pretty much this highly sought after luxury good that many people take for granted. Now, you put that on top, lastly, is the geopolitical implications of two of Africa's bright spots, Ghana and Cote d'Ivoire, now having these economic headwinds that they're going to have to deal with in the near to medium term future. So, the ability of these countries to adapt to this change is going to mean everything, not only for themselves, but for a region that has been too much in the news for the wrong reasons. So we're going to continue to monitor the story, but had to give you a head up. Be prepared for those sky high chocolate prices at your local store. But also let's be on the lookout for any fallout behavior activity, or we can say demonstrations in these countries as their key exports basically are no longer their key performer, and how they respond to that and maintain stability, price controls, or at least market stability as they navigate through this tumultuous time. So we'll be on the lookout. Love to hear your thoughts if you've been closely connected or following this story as well. We're going to continue to watch these prices, and hopefully it's not as long as some analysts believe it's going to be. So please comment below, like, share, subscribe if you enjoy the content. Until next time, take care. Bantu up.